Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yo, what's going on, chat? We are live again, 17th of January 2024, and here we go. Let's get that camera right. I am looking forward to tonight's stream. Yesterday was great. We had a good time. Just gonna get this sizing correct there. Get the team in, get the group in. All right, so let's have a look at what we're doing here. We've got retail sales in 10 minutes. Okay, red folder news, retail sales in 10 minutes. And right now we are going to look at gold, okay? Gold, and then we look at US30 at 9:30. Let's do just a quick analysis on the high time frames, and also look at the success of last night. Okay, so we did end up dropping out the bottom here. No, we didn't. Sorry, that was a candle that I put in place. On the daily here, looking at US30, we ended up pushing to the downside. Okay. Which is one of the possibilities we could see out of this pennant on the daily. Yeah. And so we are bearish-ish on the daily, but in a very strong bullish uptrend on the daily on US30. Okay. Gold. Again, we pushed into an area of demand from supply. Okay. An interim area of demand here on the daily. Here, right? British pound, flat through here, flat through here. Okay, and then Bitcoin. Just a quick overview of Bitcoin for you, crypto enthusiasts. And we've pulled back and it's hitting this strong area of demand here at 42,000. Okay, so still bullish on Bitcoin, but I'm running out of steam here on this push at the moment. Dare say we'll see what happens in this demand area. We'll probably get a continuation or a push back down to the bottom of the channel here at some point before resuming the uptrend. Hopefully, as we want it to go up, right? So that's looking at that. Let's have a look at gold now. On the 1 hour. Okay, gold on the 1 hour here. Let's pull this out. Gold on the 1 hour, we have uptrend on the 1 hour. Gold sitting in that demand zone here. Okay, 2015, 2030. The likelihood of this continuing grinding out here for a little bit through this demand area and then resuming this uptrend is fairly high, and that's what the expected play would be, yeah, to continue along with this price action here. Okay, so down, up, down, and then a continuation to the upside. So really interesting area around here. It's a great area to buy in if you're buying gold long term. If it falls out the bottom of this demand zone down to here, we can reassess. But we'll see what happens in this area now. Okay, generally, if it's sitting in the demand zone, it's probably going to kick back out to the upside. We have normal price action. If we have a massive fall, it'll probably generally be up from starting from a high area and then collapsing down. Okay, but we shall see. It could fall out. If it does fall out, the first area it'll fall to is down here. Okay, 1973. So that's what we're looking at on gold. 7 minutes to red folder news. It is day 2 of this beautiful new stream here with Mindful Scalping Academy. I have been a coach for 2 years. I've been trading for 10. My name is Ben Crawley, and I have had the most tumultuous trading journey in the world. I lost everything. I lost the house. I lost everything in 2014, 15 trading gold. And here we are, back to face our fears and knowing how to trade this thing properly. So you're never going to make the same mistakes I did if you trade with me. Back in the day, I actually just bought this thing all the way up here in 2000. And where was it? Where were we? I think it was something around here or something. No, the first time where was it? It was, that's it. I started trading gold here, waiting for it to go all the way back up to here. That was the plan. was it to come all the way back up here, and it never did that, and I was loaded up all the way through here, and basically lost a lot of money. So we've learned how to trade gold, and that is to keep it short, sharp, and sweet. Okay, we ended up reaching back to 2000. We're sitting here on the daily, okay, and in this very interesting space right now. And for me, I don't take gold trades bigger than $3, okay. So really nice to be back in a position where I can trade, and having learned how to trade properly. This strategy that I'm showing you was devised entirely by myself. It is a unique strategy that works on the notion of mean reversion, and on it's derived from a high frequency hedge fund strategy. And we will be discussing it further. We have our river here tuned to gold. It's a little wider than our US30 river, and so I will be covering gold solely at the index, at the red folder news open. Okay, trading gold generally from 8 a.m. ET through to 9:30, and then switching over to US30 from 9:30 to 10:30, and leaving the trades on the chart, on the stream until probably lunchtime, New York time. So 2 instruments we get to cover. Our London team trades the British pound during the London hours, so we really cover 3 instruments here at Mindful Scalping, and I'm really excited to share this strategy with you guys, and something we've been perfecting for a long time. Our team does use automation to trade this. It's something that is proprietary and has been built by myself along with some other coders, and it's semi-automation, so it's not the general bot idea where you just put money in and it spits money out. Sorry to say that I haven't worked that out yet. I tried for many years, and I think that anybody that tells you can just make money from doing nothing is telling you porcupines. Here's the closest you're going to get to being able to derive money from your computer in an hour. We really do trade for an hour, but it does take some discipline to get here. And the number one thing we're focusing on in Mindful Scalping is psychology. We have a very sophisticated and robust method of training the mind to be able to trade consistently and to let go of fear. The whole notion of Mindful Scalping is to teach you to be able to trade and without ever blowing your account. I think the number one thing we need to learn is to not blow our accounts, and when that's safe, then profit taking is the other side of that. So yeah, with that being said, we're looking at the gold here on 10-minute. I like to take my trade setups on the 10-minute time frame, and we can see that we're sitting at the bottom of the riverbank here. So it has switched to the downside here on the guppy. We did take a little buy out from the open here, and I'm going to not miss the same trade that we missed yesterday, which happened at 8:30 a.m. on Red Folder News. We can see here on the 10-minute we're sitting down, and we're pointing to we're in a bearish a bearish candle here at the moment, right on the 10-minute. Okay, hovering around the demand zone here at 2020. Okay, this demand zone here is where price is at the moment. We're deciding whether it's going to make itself supply or demand at the moment. We've got the lower time frame here. Looking at the 3-minute. Okay, on gold. You can see this is yesterday's trade at the open with two minutes until Red Folder News, so we're not going to miss that. I'm just going to put the session times on here. 8:30 a.m. This blue line represents 9:30 a.m. ET. Okay, and we are sitting smack bang in the medium here on the 1 minute. If we go to the 2-minute time frame, we're quite flat at the moment. Now, there's no trigger for us to trade to the downside at the moment, depending on what happens at 8:28. What we could do for an opening play, if we get the trigger, our trigger is a parabolic SAR switch to the upside. We are in a very strong downtrend on the lower time frame here. So we're in a strong downtrend. It's dictated by the angle of the river. It's a continuation of yesterday like this, okay? But we could very well get a strong push to the upside at the open here. So tentatively, if our trigger sets in, I'm looking for something like this, okay? Only when the trigger kicks in. At the moment, it looks like it's going to punch to the downside, but we could get a very strong push to the upside and have an opening play here, make ourselves $3 worth of pips movement here. Okay, and that will be, you know, this is a beautiful trade that is dictated by a trigger. You see a lot of other live trading streams where the guy's just going, hopefully it ends here and we get in there and we up there and all this, and it's just crazy gambling. Here, what we're using on the two, I bounce between the 3-minute, 2-minute, and 1-minute time frame, and we're just using our immediate level of supply here. Our immediate level of supply is 20.29, okay, and we need a signal here with the parabolic SAR switches over. Okay, at the open. Okay, if it does that at the open in 1 minute, red folder news, we get a push up to this area here. I would then say it probably will push up into this region here, grab liquidity in the supply zone, and then turn around and come to the downside. We're seeing that happen right now. It's 8:30 a.m. coming in. We have to get this push to the upside. There we go. Went to the downside straight away. So we didn't end up getting a parabolic SAR switch there. We see we're getting a very strong push to the downside. So when I say parabolic SAR switch, to trigger the trade, we need this parabolic SAR to click to the upside, okay, and then that would exit. That would give rise for us to enter with a stop order. And what it's done is actually smashed straight down here to the downside, okay, and something that, you know, we're not getting a trigger there. So rules wise for the trade, you know, I'm not going to enter and try and capture a movement unless the trigger sets our automation off to open an order. So that was the planned trade to go there. Doesn't happen. Trading is a matter of probabilities, and the probability was that it would kick to the upside through there, give us a flip on the SAR, and then take profit there at the supply zone. Hasn't done that, and we've now pushed down to this area of demand here. So I'm going to give you some beautiful live commentary on gold as we ride through this price action and make it as clear as possible. We can see we're in a very strong downtrend on the 2-minute. When we look at the 10-minute time frame, we can see that we are also sitting in a strong area of demand right now here at 2016, 2020, right? Okay, so high time frame analysis on the 10-minute is it's sitting in this demand zone. I dare say it's going to come down and lick this demand zone again, right? Come into here. It seems pretty bearish at the moment. Okay, that does not look like something I would want to buy, and that's going to turn around. We'll see what happens. It just looks like there's going to be continuation to the downside. So price action at this point, we're going to push back up now to what demand has become supply. This thing here, and then probably continue pushing to the downside. Right, so we'll come back up here, and then you're going to get this kind of situation coming in. Okay, now tricky because we are currently not penetrating this area of demand, and the same thing happened yesterday when we were looking at directional trades. Okay, I'm just put these are not trades that are in line with the mean reversion strategy. A mean reversion strategy trade, the next mean reversion buy. Okay, even though we are in quite a strong downtrend at the moment. Okay, but in line with mean reversion, we want to buy down here. Right, this area here. What I've just done is I've taken an average wave measure. You can see that the distance between the previous push to the next push is generally the same size. Very reliable measure of price action. A, B. Right, it's similar even up here. A little bit bigger this movement. But you got 1, 2, 3 sized correctly. You have a fourth one sized correctly there. So again, not a trade that I would take personally in, which is against mean reversion strategy, but the distance you're looking at is probably like that. Okay, the 1-to-1 trade directionally. Okay, that's going to piss fight around and move up and down and move into your stop loss area and do many things, and that's what can create a little bit of anguish mentally for you when you're taking a trade, which is directional in such a way like this. Yeah, exactly, because it can be doing like this right now. I can dip in here, come back, do this kind of action, and then eventually get down there. So But you know, tentatively, this is the area that you would want to take profit in on a trade as such. Okay. In the meantime, I'm just going to pull this across and see what area of demand this lines up with. And we go here. Okay, this kind of action, and it's just below, okay, beneath our area of demand. Continuation of push, continued push to the downside even further. Okay, so zooming in, it's 4 minutes since red folder news. We get an update here on the news. Let's just have a look. Okay, we had plus 0.4%. We had 2% higher than the forecast here. All right. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Okay. So that means the USD gained strength from that, and that's why we can see that we're pushing to the downside on gold at the moment. This is going to continue pushing down, okay? At least for the interim. I'm in a strong downtrend at the moment. Right. Just a multiple moving average, which as it separates further shows us the strength of movement. Right. Area of demand here. Angle of attack to the downside here. That's what this arrow is. Okay. So, you know, how much distance have we moved? Price. It's already moved about $10, okay, which is quite a fair movement on gold. $10 in either direction. To get another push all the way down here is $20. So we need a $20 movement from the high pre-open all the way down to demand at 2010 to have that happen there. We can see now we seem to be kind of been buying up at this point at the moment. Okay, so for the moment here, I'll remove that area of trade, that trade plan. Not that it's, again, it's not a mean reversion trade that I would take. And we may get this buy up the moment where we continue pushing to the upside. Okay, which I'm going to give you the clearest possible ongoing price commentary. Okay, now mean reversion trade on gold is this here. I'm looking at something like that. Yeah. Which is the ideal mean reversion trade if price was to come down here, push into this new area of demand, and then reject and come back up. That being said, we're not quite a strong downtrend. Okay. You can see here on the 10-minute, it's in a great buying area. Okay, 10-minute time frame, great buying area. It's chewing through this area of demand at the moment. Demand strong here. Yeah. We could very well see a turnaround and push to the upside, and may get a signal on the SAR flip to the upside shortly. We'll see. Get rid of that for now. You may not have seen trading like this before. But I assure you it's a nice and easy way to trade. So it's just such a strong angle of attack to the downside here on gold at the moment, right? I mean, you ask anybody, what does that look like? Looks like a pretty strong downtrend. Strengthening downtrend here, we can see, looking at the guppy. Okay, and it does look like we're going to get a parabolic SAR flip to the upside, and that original trade that we had planned may take place, pushing here now. And if it does go, it's going to go up to this region here, okay? We've got a flip on the SR on the 2 minute, bullish. And if you take trades like this, I wanted to show you where you want to take profit, okay? We want to be taking profit. We want to get in the habit of taking profit on this stream, okay? This stream is about getting in the habit of taking profit. Now, beforehand, if you're new to this, I was talking about the flip on the parabolic SAR. We can see there's a dot there underneath. That means the parabolic SAR momentum has switched to the upside. Okay, and we're sitting in this trade that we had initially planned at the open. After it went and grabbed demand liquidity down the bottom here, it seems to have turned around and pushed back to the upside. So this is very flat mean reversion. And, you know, we're not in a very, we're not moving too much really with price action at the moment. But for now, you know, we're flat here at the median. We want to see this continue to push to the upside. And again, just showing, you know, where we would take profit on trades like this. The immediate supply zone. Okay. So now we're pushing to the upside at the moment. There is bullish pressure on the 1 minute, 2 minute time frame here on gold. Now the aim of this stream is to take you through calm, collected trade opportunities and coach you as we go psychologically. We're not going to be flexing profits and things here and unrealistic profits. And what we're going to be doing is showing you the art of actually, you know, doing this. And, you know, at the moment here, the high probability trade is the one down here. If price is to come all the way down here, that's the trade we want to take. At the moment, looking at this for sizing stakes, doesn't look like a good trade to me. Now, something you just want to cut out and wait for the zone down here. Demand zone down here, another $10 down. That's $20 movement from the high, and you know, guaranteed you're going to get yourself $3 or $5 of movement. So trades you take, wherever you take trades, they need to be, you need to think consciously about where's the immediate supply and demand zone. Okay, immediate supply zone is there, immediate demand zone is there. Yeah, highest probability trade down here. While we're here, we can go over yesterday's trade that took place after hours. I should leave the stream on. This is the one that we prepared earlier. And yeah, that was the highest probability region for buying. We see we came down there. Let's get the time right for New York. Came down here at 2:22 p.m. New York time. Yeah, into this region, 2:22 p.m. New York time, hit the area perfectly on US30 in the demand zone, bounced back up, and you can see great place that we took profit because after coming back to the median it went back down. Okay, so the same setup we're looking at here on gold, you know, is that region down there. Okay, at the moment, price action, most likely, I think I'll use arrows for trades that I'm not taking. And price action, if it comes up, is going to go up to this region here. I think that's a better way of doing things. Okay. Otherwise, our price action is going to come all the way down here. Now, if price action does come up to here, okay, it's not somewhere where we're going to take a trade. We don't want to take trades around here. The most ideal area to take a trade, if we were lucky enough to get it, would be if price was to come up to this area of supply here, okay, and then we could look to short that. Now, given the shape here of this and the very strong downtrend that we're in, yeah, if price was to come back up to this area, this region here, we would consider looking at taking a short there, okay, even though it is below the top of the river, because of how strong the downtrend is, something that would be considered, okay, because you can see price really just come back to that median area, and it's something that, you know, we would consider in that area depending on price action and the trigger setup. All right, so downtrend, it looks like it is. Okay. Once we pierce this area of demand, we're coming down here. All right. The 10-minute time frame. Let's see where we're really going to dig into. Is this region here. The previous area of demand is. I'm going to push down to this area here. Highest probability region for a sell. It's up here. Ideally, we'll probably hang on for a bit more of a profit there. I don't like to take more than $5. $3 to $5 is a really nice profit on gold. But yeah, at the moment, no man's land on gold. I'm going to leave these trades up for a bit. A quick look at pound. Okay. Leave these trades up for a bit and put an alert in here. This is how we do it. Mean reversion. Okay. An alert here. An alert here. Right, that's what we're looking for. Those alerts go off, we can pay attention to what's happening. Might set an alert here out of interest. It's just a waiting game now. So that's gold at the moment. We've got the US30 index open at 9:30 a.m. ET. Come back to this in around 15 minutes, and then we will continue going on with more price action analysis and some psychological trading around how to actually remove the FOMO from trading. Right now we can see that we're waiting for these zones. Waiting for these zones is the most powerful thing you can do. I will use arrows moving forward instead of trade trade planning, the trade planning tool, to show you where I think price is going instead of confusing you. When price hits this demand zone, it will come down here and either hit this area here or hit up here. Like, this is the ideal spot for a short. We are in a downtrend on the interim, but in a strong area of demand on the 10-minute. So be aware of your high time frames and your lower time frames. Right, dipped in deep, went higher, has come and dipped in. It's a high likelihood that we probably just continue cruising to the upside at some point. It definitely doesn't seem to be tanking very hard right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see this, take off to the upside, okay, shortly. Is it something we want to be in for a trade? You know, it's subjective to you. Some of you guys, especially in my team, are able to see those trades. I don't want to. I want to just be holding space for discipline here. But if you see a movement and a trade that allows you to take, you know, a quick movement to that area, just make sure you work the supply and demand zones. Okay, you come off this area of demand here and you stop at that area of demand here, because the likelihood of your price, your trade going all the way through there is less than the likelihood of your trade going to there, and we want to take that bit. Okay, you get good at taking those little bits, especially when you're in the medium. You you know, you'll make some good money. That's the first area that price will go to. Okay, and I'll push through to the second there. So I'm gonna leave that for a little bit now, and I'll be back in 15 minutes. Cheers. Okay, because this area of supply has been used as well. Every time you chew into it, an area of supply, internet. Oh. Save. Okay. So the white line represents our median line. Okay, and when price is near the median line, it means that it is in no man's land. It's a 50-50, yeah. So trading mean reversion, we want price to be oversold or overbought. Okay. Up here, overbought area, sell zone on gold. Down here, oversold area, buy zone. Okay. Right. And we are in a strongest short-term downtrend. Okay. So flow of price is to the downside at the moment, and do with that what you will. If you wish to trade, take trades in that direction. That's your prerogative. These are the highest probability trades using mean reversion. Okay, we're going to pause this now, and I'll be back shortly. Yo, yo, yo. All right. Yo. Okay, so we have 10 minutes to the index open, 12 minutes. I just want to look at the review of US retail sales, which came out at 8:30 a.m. this morning. So they, this seems to be a report that happened prior. Sorry about that. Let me get an update here. That's better. So here on Yahoo, you can see December retail sales top estimates to cap a strong 2023. Okay, so I showed you as consumer spending continued to prove resilient to round out 2023, pushing back against fears economic growth stalled in the year's final months. So overall, US retail sales grew 0.6 in December. Economists had expected a 0.4% increase. Okay, so more spending, less fear in the economy, higher GDP, and yeah, basically it's good for the US economy. It's a sign that there's expansion rather than contraction. Okay, and you know, it is something that has had a positive effect on the USD this morning, at least in the reaction that gold has had. We started here at 8:30 a.m. and pushed to the downside, like by no means a big movement. You can see the price action that's happening here on gold now is very snail-like. We push deep into this area of demand, come back to the upside. I do believe that we will get a further push into this area here. And just like last night, you know, waiting for that zone is the way to go. You know, waiting for this area, the oversold area, is the area. And quite a strong little bit of a push back at the moment, but don't get caught up in that. This parabolic SAR shape is not favorable for what we want to be doing. Okay, and we've had it's quite D-shaped. The parabolic SAR is D-shaped. This one's a little bit better. Okay, and when you have par switches of such small magnitude, you really want to be scalping tiny little movements like this, maximum. You know, like going for tiny little movements like this. If you're scalping parabolic SAR movements in such patterns, such flip patterns as this one, this is all we're looking for, is just a tiny little piece like that. Okay. Yeah, try not to hang on too hard. That's your guaranteed area of fill. Okay. you know, on a flip, we're going to go to the immediate demand zone, supply zone here. We get a rejection, but you know, only little tiny chunks like that are guaranteed when we're trading such a slow market. Okay, so let's go to US30 now and have a look at the daily on US30. You see, yesterday we broke to the downside, and we seem to be continuing that push to the downside now with the news that came out. Going to the 1 hour chart here on US30, grinding to the downside, and well out of that area that we were, you know, assuming we would have got a buy area kick out of. We actually pushed out, didn't continue to the upside here. We could say that that's probably going to happen with gold as well. Same pattern right now, and probably looking for that to drop to the downside here. Okay, go back to our hourly here. So, yeah, since yesterday, 16th, we looked, it was around this time here. If we have a look, this was the point where either we were going to kick to the upside, continue this uptrend channel, or fall out of it. We've actually fallen out of it, okay, to the downside here. That was not a trade, by the way. That was just a predicted direction of where we were going with price, which we did have a little bit of a buy up. But you see prices pushed all the way down here yesterday at 2 p.m., hit the area of demand that we had planned, bought back up. That's where we were able to take a scalp, bullish scalp, okay? And now we're pushing down out of that. If we go to the 10-minute on US30, you can see yesterday's buy zone. Yesterday's buy zone was there in that area of demand. Yeah, that has now been rejected, and it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens at this open, and if we can actually get a buy signal on the open to the upside. At 10 a.m. Sorry, the 10-minute US30 looks fairly bearish. Okay, you can see that the angle of attack is to the downside. The resultant angle of attack of the sine wave of money actually dropped even further down, so even more bullish than we had predicted. All right, and so with that being said, we now have dropped below the demand zone, and we are heading towards secondary demand and the slowing down of our massive bull run here. 37,000. Okay, that's where we're heading with this today. All right, there's the demand, there are the orders, right? And we're heading towards that right now. So we still have this way to go, and it will make it there. So this can be traded short directionally, and also obviously, you know, a nice mean reversion buy in this region here. So quite a strong downtrend. If we do happen to get a nice sell, given the angle of this downtrend here, you know, I would be looking to probably sell in that area there if we're lucky enough to get a spike up at the open, right? And this kind of action, yeah. It's a very strong angle to the downside at the moment on the 10-minute. Anything in this area is sellable. Anything that pulls back to the upside is sellable. You know, and we'll probably get a continuation to the downside like that. I hope you see what I'm doing here. 4 minutes till news. Sorry, 4 minutes till index open. So let's measure this target up here in regards to demand zone on the higher time frame. Sorry, lower time frame. Still getting used to these very late hours. I went to the ice bath an hour and a half ago for 3 minutes, and that woke me up. I think I'm gonna have to do an ice bath just prior to these online sessions because I'm on 12 hours opposite to New York time, and we do big days in the office here. But that being said, it's all good. Having a good time. So yesterday's area, highest probability region. We can move that on now. Again, that's the highest probability region of buy. Yeah. Oversold. Very strong downtrend, however. Very strong downtrend. Not something that I want to be... I want to respect it. Very interesting setup just prior to open. Could we get a smash to the upside? We shall see. There should be a nice parabolic SAR flip. I'm going to give it a 2-minute flip option just because of where we're at. But what we could see here is a strong push to the upside, given that we've been selling off for the entirety of the session. This, we could see a quick shoot to the upside and just grab a little cheeky one. So I want to prepare ourselves for that. This kind of action here. We wait for the flip. We're using a stop order. Okay, that's the flip. That's the open target. And maybe we get a push up to this area of supply. And then from there, gameplay would be a smash up to here at the open. And then possibly a hard sell-off down to this region here. Okay, that's open play. Something we see a lot. The situation with open plays like this is that they move quickly, and you know, instead of having a hard stop in this area, I want to see how hard it pushes up, and if it continues to push through, we can tell what that will look like. I'm going to turn off session times now, so we can have a clear indication of what's happening. We're probably going to flip on the parabolic SAR to the upside. Yes, we have that on the 1 minute chart, which is interesting. And we could very well just sell straight off at the open, okay, because we're in a bullish, we're in quite a bearish downtrend, and that's fine, okay. But I would like to see this play out if possible, okay. If this play plays out, we can make a nice little hit there, okay, before resuming the downtrend, and we can then play the downtrend if we want. Depends on how you want to trade. Personally, the way we're going to be doing things, you know, with the way that I'm showing you things, is to be taking sells and buys using mean reversion. But once you understand price action, you can play around with that a little bit, as our team does, and makes good money. Here we go, index open now, coming in 9:30 a.m. and it looks like we might get this little push at least to the upside here to the supply zone coming in now. If we get this flip, okay. Mind you, yeah, we want that flip on the parabolic SAR here, right, to the upside on the 2 minute. It looks like we're going for that now. We've had the flip there, and this trade, yeah, is pushing to the upside through here, at least this area of supply. And there we go. That's happening right now. Push it a little bit more. You got to be ready to take these. No. Quickly. See that index, that open energy is coming in right now. Getting that push to the upside. And we are pushing up towards that zone here at the open. Let's see what happens. That's a nice first little trade we'd like at the open there. And we're now banging through this region. Let's see, we've got some power here. This is nice power in the open. Brought to break even there. It's a risk-free trade. And you can decide how you take profit now. This is first area of profit taking. So those who like to scalp would take profit now. Okay, otherwise you could take partial profits and hang on, see if it pushes through this region. Okay, break even trade there. See if it continues to push through this zone at the moment. We don't get nice movement on the open there. We are still having movement. Our next zone for profit is here, right? Something to be aware of if it gets there, okay? But most of the time, we just have our first level of supply as the take profit region, and we get this play that will then sell off this way. We'll see what happens. I would have liked to see that push through harder to the upside. Otherwise, you know, we're looking at some kind of play to the downside and continuation. So we generally, what price does, it comes up and grabs liquidity, okay? Sell liquidity in this region, and then we'll rip it back to the downside. We'll see what happens here. We've been selling off all day, so we could get some buy up, at least at the open. Second area of supply is indicated here, and then third area of supply is up here if it reaches that zone, and that's where our ideal sell position is. But you can see now this is definitely not indicative of a continuation trade. So the more I show you how we want to be taking profits with trades and how psychology is affected when we try to hang on and go for more, when we can always be right on this little chunk here, and considering the fact we're in a downtrend. You see that it pushed directly straight up through that area on the parabolic SAR switch, hit that zone, starts to pull back down. It might hit your break-even target, then go all the way back up. But we can see now that the initial plan play out is likely at the moment. And we need to weigh up how much we enjoy clenching our butt cheeks versus how much we enjoy not. And this, the eternal battle of trading. And right now, I can help you with how much you do that. We can see now that, you know, we could have just banked that first bit there, right? Capturing, I mean, what would have been a nice $500 trade using proper risk protection. Okay. So you can either have that $500 trade, or we can look at what is possible at the open, you know, with a trade and see if it continues pushing through the supply zone, you know, to the next supply zone, which is up here. We have imbalance to the left, and, you know, capture what would essentially be $1,000 trade. Okay. But for me, it's, you know, not displaying strong enough price action to get there. This is, I would want it to have done it quickly. When I want to hang on to trades that make money, I want them to pump quickly. I want them to move quickly, right? The longer we have to sit around and wait for a trade to move in that direction, you know, the more annoying it is. A way that you could trade the next block to the upside, if it is to push, is to, you know, close the first part and then have another stop order sitting up here and see if it makes that little push. You know, if it does push through, there's a likelihood that it'll continue to the next part, and then you can at least bank the profit as you go, okay, from a directional fashion. Here is still the predicted outcome of this if it was to continue grinding to the downside. But, you know, we're in an area of demand here which could be brought up strongly. We see here strong downtrend on a 10-minute and not really letting us know where it's going. There's not a trade that I want to be hanging on to the upside, right? You just like look at it. It's such a strong downtrend, you know. So right now, for me, Very happy with this little chunk here at the open, right? And looking maybe to see if price can make it up to here for a short. And if it does, you can probably hang on to that short for a little bit longer. Ideally, you see the price action here. We can take a measure of general price action, how far it will push back up, right? It's US30 general price action. Quite a big movement here. Maybe we can just pull it out a little bit more, something like this. Right, it's a general movement of price action. Okay, and then if we are to push to the upside, we get something that pushes up into that region there. Very happy to get in with a sell order. Okay, around this zone. So first trade there was an open buy on SAR switch, and it equaled around 500 USD on a 200k account using 1.0% risk rules with a 2 ATR SL. Okay. So, that's what that little order was there. And now what looks to be playing out is our initial plan, which is the continuation to the downside. And we'll see what happens there. Am I going to trade it short? No. I don't want to be stuck around this median zone. Okay, I want to react to price. I want to play off what price gives us, right? So either price is going to go up to this region here, where I can get in. Okay, or it's going to come down here. Watching what price action does. If it works that area there, it's going to go to that floor first. Works that zone. Again, if you want to trade these zones, be my guest. Just remember, most important thing to do is to take profit between the levels, right? And take profit between the levels. We can see that this is our next area of supply here. And for me, somewhere where I would look to short. But now we seem to be pushing now to the upside. Possibly. I want you to see how well this works, the levels here, if it is to move through. Otherwise, we have that initial plan where we reject off this zone and come down. Alerts there to let us know we're coming into a buy zone, and alerts here letting us know we're coming to a sell zone. Price could very well come to this area and then sell off hard. We'll see what happens. Okay, for me right now, I just want this tripwire to go off. When price comes in, it's really nice to leave the alerts there and move off from your computer and wait to hear that beep. When you hear that beep, that means you can come back and assess the planned trade and not get lost in different ideas in the moment when you're waiting for those zones. It's kind of not ideal to constantly watch the screen from a psychological standpoint. And we want to be allowing our mind to see the setup and to stay on that setup and to stay with the plan. And the thing with trading is you can see something every minute. You can look for something every minute. So we have our plans at the moment for this trade. We have our plans for this setup, and we don't want to deviate from those plans, okay? Like even if you had to get a push through to the next zone here and get a little scalp, we've already done 500 there. I think waiting for that zone is the most ideal thing. We put the alert a little bit lower so we can actually capture the movement, and it'll piss fart around here for a bit until it actually turns around. Likewise down here, it'll piss fart a bit before it turns back to the upside. Okay, so with that being said, let's let this one cook for a little bit, wait for the alert. I'll be back when we get a kickoff on the alert there. we can see now that we are pushing in that direction, I believe, where we come up here, up to the median, grab liquidity, kick down, and hit this area here. The you never know, you never know. If you never go. That's why we don't want to trade this area, because it's 50-50. When you're at the median, you've got no idea where you are. When you're in these areas here, it's basically like a running RSI. And so if you're using an RSI is showing you overbought and oversold, but there's so many whipsaws, you can't really see what's going on. This is the ultimate RSI. This shows you when you have the extremity. It's such a great way to look at it. Right, so relative strength index, if it's down here, it's oversold. Up here, it's overbought. Right now, we're piss fighting around trying to work out a direction. And, until one of these alerts gets hit, I'm not making a decision on a trade. You just need to be patient and wait. So, check back when there is an alert. just had an alert hit, and I can see it's a gold alert that went off. US30 is still piss fighting around this area. I mean, by the looks of it, it's definitely going to sell off here. I don't see this continuing much longer. It's quite a D shape here on the parabolic SAR, and just by the look of it, it doesn't look like a favorable sell. We have got news, business and inventories, and NAHB housing market index at 10 a.m. So we could get a little bit of a push to the downside. Okay. Let's have a look at the 1 minute. This could be like a nice little scalp to the downside that's soft on the parabolic SAR switch. If we get it, something like this here. Okay. Stop just above. The 1 minute SAR switch looks decent. Then you have some imbalance here to get to. So that's tentative there. Once we get a push to the downside, that should be a little scalp on this pretty boring day. You can see here that gold has pushed the oversold area. Okay, it's coming into this area of demand at 2010, and you know, it is coming in a little bit hot here, but should get some kind of buy up area. You want to wait to see it shift and do its thing first. And what I mean by that is just balance out down here. It'll come down, you know, do its thing like this before heading back up. Yeah. US30. This could be a nice little scalp. We've got a switch on the SAR now. Okay, that would open up a order like this here. Although it isn't giving us a very strong directional move yet. Although I dare say that given the downtrend that we're in, it should be a nice little sell here. Mind you, we did do that 500 at the open. Very close to the median here. Sell stop still open. We want to see like quite a strong push to the downside through this zone here. Okay, 2 minute time frame, not the best parabolic SAR setup. 1 minute could give us a tight smash to the downside. I would have liked to have seen this taken off and continue to the upside by now. Yeah, do yellow folders really matter? They can be catalyst for some price action movement, right? So if the reason this might work coming into 10 is it might dump down, okay, or push in the opposite direction, right? It'll either do that or dump down. Well, it's 10 a.m. now. Let's see if it has any effect on the market. But yeah, can be a catalyst for small to medium volatility. But right now, nothing much happening with that news. Very strong dump now into the zone here. Please don't just go straight into a buy. From the looks of things, on gold, this is going to continue tanking down here. We have a lot of imbalance to the left here, so not something that I want to rely on buying at the moment. Big bit of imbalance here on the 1 hour. Okay, for gold, just being aware of that. Okay, and let's go back to US30, which we're trading now. Looking pretty bullish on the 1 hour. on the interim. Right, bullish Fibonacci. Let's see what it's doing in the lower time frame. It seems to be pushing. And yeah, giving up on this by a sell stop order for now. Run a 2 minute. The likelihood there seems to be bullish pressure at the moment. We're going to push up through here, but it's anything can go, anything can happen. Want to wait for those zones. Pushing here right now. It's going to push through this area. If it makes it through this area of supply, up to this area here, this next area of supply. Once it gets there, it's either going to push straight through, hit this zone, or turn around and come back down. Okay. If you want to trade it in that direction, that's your prerogative. That's up to you. Just make sure it clears the area of supply. I'm going to stay strict with our mean reversion setups. You can see that we are now pushing through and breaking that region at the moment. Okay, I'm pushing through up to here, and now we're getting some clear push through this area of imbalance to the left, taking off, reaching 37,300 as the next zone, and we'll see how fast it pushes through that area of perceived supply. Okay, how quickly we get up to this zone here. And if we do reach up in this area, it could be a very, very nice afternoon sell. We see that we are getting some medium volatility there yet on the yellow folding news. And a nice clean push through to this zone here. We may see some resistance at supply, otherwise a continuation push up to here. Looking at that zone for a potential turnaround and sell scalp to the downside in this area here. Okay. You know, ideally a nice push to the downside in the afternoon here, of which we can scalp a little bit from. Seem to be penetrating straight through this zone here, up to there. Again, if you're trading directionally, it's not what I teach in our system, but if you know what you're doing and you can differentiate between two, then you can trade these zones and these levels from A to B, B to C, right? Make sure we see that we're taking profit at these zones. You watch what it does right now, okay? And immediately, you know, probably a bit of a sell-off from that area to here. It's not magic, it's purely order flow. Comes back down this area here. That's why you want to take the zones. Everybody waits to take profit. You know, they'll set up a trade like that, and then they'll take profit up here, and it just doesn't reach it. You just want to take these little areas. We took this from the open to there. You take the little breakout to the next zone there, and then it comes back down, and then eventually it probably gets up to there, and you can, you know, possibly take that next chunk to the upside if you are, you know, trading the zones correctly like this and scalp in that manner. But make sure you take profit at each level, yeah? Sit here, I'm going to put this alert there, wait for that breakout. In fact, I'm going to wait for it to get to there. Make sure if you take the next zone, right, that it pushes through, that you are taking profit at the next region of supply through here, okay? And just bank it. Doesn't even matter like if it does continue pushing up through. It's just nice to get in the habit of taking those profits. Okay, again, a tentative trade, if you are taking directional trades, a tentative trade that will, you know, showing you where to take profit at. This is the mean reversion trade we want to reverse up here, hypothetically. Yeah. Okay, so what we can see happening here is exactly the price action we were describing before, right? And we're looking at it's just working these zones here. So pushed up to that zone, it's come back down as a likelihood that it will push up to the next zone here, yeah? So there to there, it's sold off from there to there. So we're just working supply and demand very simply at the moment. And hopefully you can start to see how you can take trades doing this in the meantime whilst waiting for the high probability zones. I'm going to leave the stream on here, right? Highest probability sell regions here. Price will go up there, come back down here. It's a possibility it'll come back all the way down here, so you can extend this trade out like this because we're on a downtrend. Safest option is that. I'm going to leave the stream running for the time being with the zones. Okay. And see we have a large stop loss, just to take our mind off the stop loss, our psychology off the stop loss. The whole point of mindful scalping is to focus on taking profit and taking profit as a habit, okay? Okay, brilliant. I'm going to leave this to play out for now. See, we're pushing still to the upside. We might have a nice little scalp long here as the parabolic SCR flips to the upside through this region here. Okay, and we're looking for that sell there.
They send you an email saying that you're going to get the money. But after talk to them again, is they're going to send every confirmation saying the money has been sent. Has Johnny received that email? Thank you, guys. But to be honest, at this point, I don't really give a shit. Like, I know my trading is good. I know there's possibilities with US30 and whatnot. Even GBPUSD, I tried it this morning. I'm getting the hang of it. Like, at this point, I'm just gonna go with bigger firms, like the ones you guys gave me. I'm gonna upload it onto my Mac and take it from there. Like, at this point, I'm just gonna separate every couple other prop firms and make like the bare minimum, and then cash out from everybody.
We've got this sell coming into fruition now. Looks like it'll be a really nice little sell order. So we're looking to place a sell stop. Well, sell limit, or if you're using automation, sell stop trailing in this region here. We get the push up into this region here. We're gonna move through that area. If you choose to profit off that push, that's up to you. This is the way we trade mean reversion, so this is the outcome I'm looking for. That may actually continue further down, and you can manage that in the moment. Anybody watching right now? How are you finding the way we're leaving the chat, or leaving the trades on at the moment? It's just helping you maintain composure. You can put it in the comments. Big congratulations to Yat for getting his payout from Nova. Just going to come in on the side there with payout approval there for Yati. Well done, mate. Total profit 17,375. Net profit 12k, which is max for HFT, and you get your 50% profit split, 6k payout. Well done. Oh, no, account details on that. I made sure of it. Like last time. All right, it's like cricket trading. It's like watching grass grow. But here we are. We're pushing to the upside. I am going to watch our little push here. We've waited very patiently for this trade. And if things don't take off with high momentum, we're looking at a really nice trade in this area of supply/demand. If it does push through, the next area of supply at the top of the riverbank is here. But because of how heavy the downtrend is, I'm pretty happy to, let it work that region. But here we are, we're pushing up to that. Again, if you're taking a directional trade to the upside, take profit here. Okay, 37,382.
When you do it later,
I'm on market. So, let's just get this going here. Oh man. Okay, pushing now, upside, yeah. As planned, everything's going nice and cruisy. Okay, so if you are taking a directional trade to the upside, like this, take profit is there, right? 37,379 at this area of supply. Please don't go for more. You've seen what we've been doing on every other trade. It works as supply and demand zones. It's not magic. It's just being patient. Goes up, boom, reverses, comes back down, pushes up. It's going to come back down there next, okay? So if you're taking directional trades, just, be humble in your profit taking. We can just literally show you right now where this goes. I don't care if it goes past. That is the size of the scalp. That's all we want. Very simple little piece there. Okay. Work the zone. This is the trade that we've been planning all night. I'm going to leave that there for now. I am exhausted. I got coaching calls at 8:30 in the morning. I am going to let this run out for this trade. hopefully. Yeah, let it play out, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers. All right. She's in the zone. She's in the zone right there. So, right in the spot here. We've been waiting for this one for a while now. We end up pushing into this area here, and it could accelerate through. I mean, this is the supply zone right now. We don't want to enter yet. We want to just wait, see how we do things. But this is the spot. And whoever took a directional trade like this is where you take profit. Even if it continues shooting through to the upside, you want to take profit between these zones, okay? These are the supply and demand zones, and they do work. This has become demand now. This is negligible. Lowest level of demand here. We're going up into that region. So whoever took a trade at the breakout there is taking profit there. Well done. Okay, that's the zone that we're going to run out of gas from. And now price is going to piss fight around this area here and come back down. And our profit taking region is just up here. So we lift the demand zone a little bit just so it sits above this area of orders. And we wait for it to come back down here. And we are now in the highest probability selling region. Okay. Beautiful push up into the 10-minute guppy. Push through the median here. Nice grind, slow grind, nothing crazy. You can see on the hourly we've had a nice buyback to the upside, and should get a nice little piece of profit as it drips back down here. Alright, you can see this trade working beautifully. We've waited long enough for this. We are now coming to the downside. A beautiful order here is going to close in profit. You can come down, break even that trade right there, and just look at the perfection of this trade. How simple it is to take these little scalps and not be greedy. It's going exactly as we planned. Pushed up to this region here. Coming down here, it's not rocket science. This is just being patient and working supply and demand zones. The likelihood that it can piss fight around, come back up and stop you out, you know, that's up to you. You have to make those decisions. But, you know, hypothetically you can break even it. Is that there is a chance that it stops, comes back up a little further before coming back down, okay? But that's the nature of the beast. We can see that we are in profit here on this trade. And we're just looking for that little push back down here. Little area of demand here that it has to push through, but it seems to be honoring that. I'm just working that zone back down. Here we go. I got a switch here of the SAR. And this is the first high probability region. You know, you'll get a good sell in this zone at some point.